Hello, Mac Irish Football Fan TV. This is the starting 11 for Republic of Ireland versus Gibraltar in the Euro 2024 qualifiers. It's a game that's must win, and just for morale, more than anything else. Regardless of the group, I think we're out of it now. Our only chance to really kind of make a stamp on the group, we didn't do it against Greece. But look, that game has came and gone now. There's no point in dwelling on it too much. We need to basically get back and get a result as soon as possible. And I'm going to get in and start with my starting 11. So I'm going to start in goal with Gavin Bazunu in goal. Look, he showed how important he is. The other night when he saved us, we could have been 3-0 down after 15 minutes if it wasn't for him. And everyone's been going on about how bad of a season. As I said, I don't think he's had as bad a season that people are making out. You can throw all the stats and everything that you want at people. When you have a team like he has had this season, it's just really not that good in front of him. Unless you're Superman, you're not going to keep everything out. And our team were much better the other night against Greece, but he kept us in the game, and I think he's pivotal to this team. And I think once he's fit, he's number one. I think the other two just aren't at his level at the moment. And so I've gone with him in goal. Back three, I'm going to go with the same back three I chose for the Greece game. So that's Nathan Collins to the right of a back three, right side centre back. And I think again he was quality the other night. One of very few positives that we had from the game. So I think he has to start there. Alongside him, captain John Egan. Again, I don't think he done too much wrong the other night. I felt as though it was the midfield and maybe towards the attack that probably let the team down more so than the defenders. The defenders were constantly under the cush and they couldn't really get out. And I think that was just down to the midfield and down to the attack-minded players just not really making it stick for us up front and losing possession a lot, mainly in the midfield. But Egan there, and then the left, the back three, then I'm going to go with Darragh O'Shea. I think he makes most sense to come in there. I don't think Lenihan is as good, and I think O'Shea is a natural on that left side position. I don't think he would have been caught out like when we were caught out with O'Dowda's goal the other night. I think O'Shea would have read that situation a lot better. But look, as I said we weren't going to dwell on that game, but here we are talking about it again. So we're going to go with them three leaders at the back. You got Bazunu behind them, and then you're going to need a little bit of experience mixed in with that. Then I think if you go with the wing backs, I think Mark Sykes deserves an opportunity on that right wing back position, and I think he's had a good end to the season with Bristol City. Give fans a good chance to look at him in the Aviva, see what he's all about, and see if he's worthwhile challenging the likes of Matt Doherty, Seamus Coleman for that position in the long haul. And he's come in for a bit of criticism from the Northern Irish team and fans for switching over. So look, come in, show what you're all about, and I think it could be a good opportunity for him. And who knows, he might even get on the score sheet and attract a bit of interest about him. So I think Sykes is the one that makes sense there with Matt Doherty suspended. Then the left hand side, you go with James McLean, his 100 cap. And I think a lot of people will be delighted to see him make his 100 cap. And I think a lot of people will want him to make the 100 cap and then maybe want to see the back of him as well. Just in terms of, moving on with the team. You've seen some players phased out. You're like Shane Long, Shane Duffy kind of at the moment as well. Players like that have just kind of been phased out. You'd likely think that McLean going back down to League One might be one of those players who will be phased out over time now. Especially if Stephen Kenny's job is under threat. I don't think another manager would be picking McLean. But then again, you never know because his performances have been good this season. And he got Wigan's player of the season despite him getting relegated. He's had a good season in an individual sense. And I suppose in an Irish point of view, he's done okay. But still, we need better than okay. And I think Ryan Manning would be the ideal situation and candidate to come in there and be, battling it out with Callum O'Dowda for that position, because O'Dowda's done himself absolutely no favours the other night. So I think he has to be dropped. And I think McLean is obviously next in line for that. And Kenny will probably likely make a big deal and big fuss about it and make him captain. I think we should be more so focusing on the result rather than the sentiment of 100 caps. It's a great achievement and he's been a brilliant servant. And I think I think he deserves to get the 100 caps, but then after that, I think we should be looking from September onwards. Let's start bringing in younger, hungry players who are going to take us to the next level. McLean, he's had 2 tournaments, and yeah, as I said, he's been a good servant for the country. But I think this will be the last time I'll be picking him to start in my starting 11 show. But yeah, hopefully it all goes well for him. Then in midfield, I'm going to go Cullen and Malumbi again. And look, people might say they had a stinker the other night, but I think it's a good chance for them to both basically make up for it and have a good performance and just get the win. And as I said, get the morale back high again amongst the team and amongst the squad and maybe amongst the fans in the Aviva. I mean, if we're walking away from it for a 4-0, 5-0 win, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if we do, there'll be much more of a feel-good factor within the fans and the team, because it went a bit sour after the Greece game. I think a lot of people are fed up now of Stephen Kenny and the way he kind of goes on with things. He's been given a lot of time, and I think people are just getting frustrated with results. But anyway, that's my midfield 2, and then I go Jason Knight ahead of them. I just think, despite him being anonymous when he came on the other night, it was a hard game to come into. I think at that stage, Mikey Johnston was the same. But I think with Knight, I think you know what you're going to get with Jason Knight, and I also think at the Aviva, he doesn't let the occasion get the better, whereas maybe Smallbone did the other night. But I can feel sorry for Will Smallbone as well. He did look a little bit lost when the Greeks were just putting us under constant pressure, especially in that first 20 minutes. He just looked like he didn't know what to do with the pressure. But obviously this is a game that's going to have less pressure. I think just Jason Knight, he's complementary with those other 2 midfielders, and I think they're kind of interchangeable at times as well, whereas Malumbi could maybe swap with him. If Malumbi maybe goes past him, I think Knight has the kind of nous to just sit in and just cover his position, and I think it's the same going the other way with Knight. And as you said before on previous starting 11 shows, I like that little bit of snidiness that Knight brings to the team. And then up front, I'm going to go Obafemi and Ferguson. I think Obafemi was the reason why he wasn't starting the other night was because he just wasn't fit, which I think is a bit bizarre, because I don't think Adam Ida would be much fitter than him, because I think he came back from injury and only played a handful of games towards the back end of last season. Not that I think that there's anything wrong with Adam Ida. I just think he might be a bit too similar to Evan Ferguson in the way that he plays, and I think obviously you've got there the speed, trickery, and finishing of Obafemi. I just think, and in saying that, Adam Ida does have a bit of that too, but I just think Obafemi's probably shown it more at international level, and that's why we kind of favour him in this scenario. Ida didn't really have a great game the other night, but he has had good games against the likes of France and Portugal in the past. But I think, and again, this could be an opportunity for Ida to come off the bench and score his first international goal, because I think he's the only one who hasn't got one, him and Connolly. Or the young lads coming in there. But I'd go, obviously Evan Ferguson, a chance for him to add to his goal scoring tally for the Republic of Ireland. I think it's a good opportunity for him to come in and again impress the home fans and show what he's all about. And it's a good chance for him to kind of end the summer with a few goals and again bring that into the September camp then. So that's my starting 11. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. We're nearly at 14,000 subscribers. So if you could hit a little subscribe button there, it doesn't cost you anything, and that'll be fantastic. We'll have more content from the course of the day as well. Make sure to check out. We're going to have some footage from the training ground as well with Stephen Kenny, his press conference as well. So we're going to have all that coming out today. So make sure you head over and you check out all the other content on the channel. Thanks very much for watching. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.